Good morning, welcome to Let's Wander. This is Thames Ditton. So this morning we've come to Thames Ditton in Surrey. It's a lovely little place. It's quite a well-to-do and sought-after little village, and it's also when I was first born where we used to live. I lived here until I was about 3 years old. This green we're walking on right now is where my mum used to bring me as a little kid, and there's a boundary ditch which I used to like to get in and pretend I was in the trenches or something like that. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling on about my past. Let's go and have a look at the past of this town and what it is now. So with all this being said, let's wander. The first record of Thames Ditton is in 983. Ditton comes from the Old English language, dit to mean ditch, tun to mean farmstead. This green is known as Giggs Hill Green. There is no hill anymore, it was flattened, and it gets its name from when the 15th century prostitutes used to meet their clientele here. Now, it's mainly about cricket. Thames Ditton War Memorial. It was erected around about 1920 to 1924. Okay, so I had a bit of a walk. I've walked quite a way actually and got a little bit lost. I haven't been here for many years. I haven't really been through here in a car. So we're just going to walk up and have a look at the station. There's some bug hotels back there which are brilliantly made. Look, absolutely fantastic, and a great idea. There's even a little bat box, which is fantastic. Just hiding in the tree here by the station, there's a squirrel, doesn't seem to be moving. There's another one making a alarm sound just down here. It's probably making it at me actually. As you can hear that, that's the sound of an angry little squirrel. Just over there, there's an old almshouse that was built in, what was that? 1720, 1746. It's been restored in 1977 to coincide with the Queen's Jubilee. Pretty cool. fountains like these can be found all over Surrey. They're usually along the routes that the farmers would have driven their cattle to the local market. Now Thames Ditton is only down the road from the ancient market town of Kingston upon Thames. So just walking away from the town centre, I believe, where the little roundabout is. It's I've got a very early memory of playing with a toy dog near there. Might have been on it. I think my mum was shouting at me to get moving. So yeah, we're walking now towards the river, and there's a Tag's boatyard there, and in there is the site of I believe, the factory where they used to do something with AC Cobra motors. Just about to walk past what used to be, I believe, the Red Lion pub. And my dad used to play in there in his old band years ago. It's now called, is it called now? Ditto? Something like that. Yeah. So let's go down here to the river and see what we see. The Swan dates back to the 13th century. It was also used as a hunting lodge by King Henry VIII. So behind me is Tag's Island, and it's a private island. People live there, obviously. And back years and years ago, apparently Henry VIII used to keep a harem there. I don't know if that's true or not. I found out lots of strange old facts about Thames Ditton and the history, and some of it is quite sordid around those times, especially with the monks and the nuns, apparently. So, who knows? I'll research that. The royal connections did not stop with just Henry VIII. In fact, the household of George II used to frequent the Swan pub. The building itself lies significantly lower than the road. Now this could be to the road being built up over centuries. However, in all the illustrations that I've seen of it in the old days, it was always lower. And this is where the foundry used to be. It's one of the things I was looking at. Some statues that are in London and all over the country actually were cast here in this little town, village, whatever you want to call it. So this is another old spot from one of my very earliest memories. My nan used to bring me into this churchyard. We used to go and get some sweets from newsagents, which I think was earlier on in the video. And then we come here and eat the sweets. So let's go and have a look, because I haven't been here since then. 30-something years ago, 37 years ago. The church, St Nicholas's, dates back to the Norman period, and it would have consisted of one long straight chancel. A very early memory of mine, one of my earliest memories, is sitting in here with my Nan Joyce. Must have been about 2 or 3. It's very, very hard to, I can just about remember. And we go to buy sweets from the sweet shop, which I think was the newsagents, which was earlier on in the video. And then we come and sit here and eat them. And I always remember those little white chocolate buttons with the hundreds and thousands on them, and the Chupa Chups lollies. Yeah. It's amazing. I haven't been here since then, so that's probably nearly 38 years ago, something like that. Incredible. It is beautiful. Very tranquil, very calm here, as you can probably tell. Very quiet. At the side of the graveyard, I found this rather lonely looking tomb or mausoleum. Unfortunately, someone had broken the window and you could see inside, but there's nothing to suggest who actually is in here. They're not very big, so I'm assuming a child. So behind me is the very first house I ever lived in, 65, Summer Road. Okay, so that takes us to the end of our walk around Thames Ditton. I hope you liked it. I hope you'll like, share, subscribe, and please do leave a comment. It's always great to hear from you guys. You may have noticed an absence of the two hounds this week. Well, unfortunately, the day tripper is still having problems. It's rough idling. We're trying to get it sorted out. The computers are blowing up. Blah, 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 blah. All these different things that it keeps throwing at me, costing me more and more money. But we will be back again in full force, I'm sure, very soon. So until then, I've got to borrow this very tiny little car, which can't fit the dogs in. So, from me, Chris, we will see you again soon. Bye, 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 bye.